Wepa, welcome and good day to you. Welcome to a new Comic Crusaders GeekFest special. I'm your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and on the Cover Capes. And today I have an amazing creator, yet another awesome creator that is touring on GeekFest Yr 8. He has an ill sci-fi scary flick here that will leave you wanting more for sure, because you know what in the heck is going on. The movie is called Watershed, and the person behind this, the one and only Maxime Beauchamp. Please tell me I got it right.
Thank you. Hello.
Yo, Wepa, thank you for coming on and talking about this amazing little film you have here that really is, creepy. So I really want to know more, and I got to find out your origins here, because for you to think of something that creepy, you must be a fan of some pretty cool stuff, or have been exposed to a lot of cool stuff growing up. So where you from, brother?
So I'm from Canada. I'm originally from Eastern Ontario in a small town near Ottawa called Clarence Creek. But I'm now based in Vancouver, BC.
Okay, awesome. So what's your brain? What was your fandom? Comics, TV, movies?
I actually come from a dance background.
Oh, dance. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I was a dancer for about 8 years. I did hip hop. I owned a dance company and all of that. So actually, most of my inspiration comes from live production. That's what I studied before going into film.
Gotcha. So what gave you the dance bug? What music initially that you said, okay, I want to do this. I want to dance.
Honestly, it was a total accident. My cousin signed up for dance class and she just didn't want to do it alone. So I'm like, oh, perfect. I'll do it with you. And then she quit after a month and I stayed for 8, 9 years. And here I am today making films about dance, making films using movement. It's a great time.
Oh, awesome. Check that out, man. Was there any particular dance flicks growing up that you liked?
Well, of course, I watched all the step ups. I watched the Take the Leads. Anytime they came out with something, I was like, oh, they're mixing Latin dance with hip hop now. Okay, let's watch this. And so, of course, I watched them all.
Nice. So that's interesting. So you grew up with music. That was your thing, dance. So how did that lead for you to start becoming a filmmaker? How did that come into your life?
Yeah, that was so what I did is I own a dance company and we used to do short films to introduce the themes of every new number. And I quickly realized by shooting those short films that I knew nothing about shooting a film. So then I'm like, I want to learn more, I want to know more. So I came to Vancouver and studied at the Vancouver Film School. And that was about 5 years ago. And now my career grew over time, and I met my producer in film school, Ken Donguines, and he's the one that actually had the original idea for Watershed, and then he produced it and brought me on as a director to really help bring it to life and create what we did today.
Yeah, man, and it's definitely a very creepy creation. I haven't really seen this before in the format presented, and I like when it begins again. We don't really know what's going on, and then you see subtle little things like, wait a minute, what's going on? Were there any particular horror films or sci-fi films you were a fan of?
For this one, I mean, when we were creating it, we wanted to make sure to not be too close to the film Rain, which came out on Netflix a while ago, where pretty much the rain is toxic and all of that, because our concept is a little similar, where there's no more pure water in this world. Everything is toxic, and we're trying to survive. So what we were trying to do is, yeah, we took those inspirations and we tried to go in a different way to really help us out.
Yeah, man, I see it like in that M. Night Shyamalan movie where we kind of the earth turns against you. What film was that? That's kind of how I see these things, and I like that type of horror, that nature horror. Like, what? Earth has had enough.
They're done. It's done. It's like you've put us through hell. It's now like we're fighting back finally.
And with Earth Day coming up, I mean, it is a perfect type of film too. It is that environmental horror, if you will. I like to call it. It's cool. It's different, and it is truly scary because, hey, we're poisoning everything. So God only knows if this could actually be you. Right now, you could be Maxime the Nostradamus Beauchamp telling us what's going to happen later on.
Yeah, exactly. But it's really cool because in the movie we have Cody Kearsley, who did Daybreak on Netflix. And then Daybreak is a whole other post-apocalyptic film. And that was, an inspiration in a way but in a reverse. So in Daybreak, everything's orange, right? They went very orange with it in their post-apocalyptic time and stuff. So in Watershed, we went completely reverse. We went a lot of blues with it to play with the themes of water and stuff. So it's nice to see Cody in those two different environments. He's got amazing range.
Oh, all right. And, we're all talking about the movie. Let's go ahead and show people. Give a little look at the official trailer for Watershed.
Do you have any idea what's out there?
Open the door.
Are you making water?
I love that. And where in the world did you film? Because Jesus, there's like really no life over there.
I know. This is all Vancouver, different Vancouver spots that we found.
Okay.
Those street scenes, actually, we got on like an extra day where we went and shot early in the morning so that we wouldn't get any cars in the back, any people.
So what's early in the morning for you guys?
Well, what, 5 a.m.?
Oh man, damn.
Fairly early. And it was around winter time, so we wanted to get that morning light and stuff. So yeah.
Crazy. And over, what was the length of time in shooting the film?
So we shot the film over 3.5 days, about. One weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we got some extra shots on the Monday to just complete the film.
Okay, great. So, all right. So the filming was 3.5 days. So what was the editing like then?
The editing took us about 2 to 3 months, including all sound, mix, music, and all of that. I'm the one that edited the film, and then we brought in a couple people for the sound mix, for color, and all of that, which brought a lot to the film. I mean, I don't know if I put that in the description, but Sean William, who did the composing, he did most of the music with water sounds that he transformed. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. He just processed different types of water sounds, water drips, water flowing, and then to create a melody. And then we added some atmospheric tones and instrumentation to that. But like a good 75% is made from water.
Oh, that's crazy. And it actually sounds funny. I have a great prank in mind already. If you could just play the music overnight to somebody, give them a lot to drink, and see how many times they get up during the night, subliminally, they're going to keep hearing water.
Yes, exactly. Just in their subconscious.
Right? That would be hilarious. Yeah, I'm a bad guy. I'm sorry. So what about the team? Where did you find this team that you work with? Because the actress is fantastic, and it conveys amazing emotion throughout. And just, again, the scenery, the location, the whole squad did a fantastic job. So where did you find them?
Yeah, absolutely. So these are all Vancouver people. So Nathalie Boltt, who's the lead, she stars in Riverdale, which films here in Vancouver.
Oh, say word.
Exactly. So Donguines, who's the producer, was able to get us a meeting with Nathalie. We were able to pitch the film. And one of the big reasons why Nathalie came on board is also because Watershed is a proof of concept for feature, So for us, this film is, a standalone 12-minute film, but we do want it to go further, and we wanted to create a world that is bigger than just this 12 minutes. So we are developing it as a feature film as well.
That's amazing, brother. And I definitely did have a lot more questions, during watching the film. How did this start? You know what I mean? You tease a lot, which is great because, you don't give us the full story. A lot of people want to, one and done. So I do see that you have that greater vision in mind for it. I mean, I could even see this as a show because there's so many stories to tell in that type of world. I can't imagine.
Hey, we'll take it. If you give us $5 million to do a series, we won't say no.
Hey, man, did you have a particular scene when she looks out a window? And
Yeah.
that's when it hit me like, holy crap. All right, that's crazy. And just that scenery alone, I can imagine so many stories to be told just with that.
Exactly, like how they got there and what happened, and the whole pre-story is really interesting as well.
Yeah, I can't wait. So what's the ETA on that? What are we looking for on that?
Listen, as emerging filmmakers, getting a feature off the ground is always constant perseverance. But we are working with Andrew McEvoy, who wrote this short. He's also going to help us write the feature as well. And it's really nice because Andrew was actually our teacher, our writing teacher, when we were in film school. So it's nice to kind of reverse the roles and work
Nice.
more directly with him. So it's a great partnership.
Oh, that is fantastic. I love it, man. You keep growing and see, you never know who you will work with in the future. So, you know what I mean? That's kind of nice.
I mean, that's why we're here talking about it. Who knows, who's going to see this, who's going to fall in love with Watershed, who's going to want to see more, and then you keep meeting people, and hopefully we grow with that. Yeah.
Oh, man. And another question is, I see it says here for the Facebook, it was 2019. Did you film in 2019? Did you film it, so this was from a pre-COVID?
Yeah,
filming?
exactly. We filmed at the end of 2019, I think around November.
Okay.
And then, so yeah, it was pre-COVID. Nobody was wearing masks. It's like, nowadays I produced the film this September, and it's a whole other story.
Oh, wow. I can't imagine. So, how did you feel, though, that, here we are, you just finished the film, COVID hits, conventions are locked down. I mean, how did that make you feel, man? It's like,
It's honestly, it's hard because like things like this, I really wish we could do it in person, because that's what helped grow as filmmakers, is by going to these conventions and these festivals and be able to meet the people and create a contact in person, and then that leads to future conversation. So definitely like halts a little bit the networking and the growth. But the other difference is that I feel that because of COVID, people now realize that we can do way more online.
Yeah.
So there are other conversations that I probably would not have had because people were like, oh, well, you're so far and stuff like that. So,
okay.
There's a yes and no. I love being in person, and especially this film was shot, I feel, for like the big screen.
Yeah.
With all these beautiful wides and stuff. So it's unfortunate that it won't get be on the big screen always. There are some opportunities, but yeah, it's definitely a tricky time.
Damn, man. Well, again, it's touring now, and hopefully things start opening up really soon, and we all will get to meet, hang out, have a beer, and talk Watershed as we watch it on a big old screen. That's definitely what it deserves. So, I always got to ask this question because one of my buddies always got to ask, what type of camera did you use?
Oh man, I think we used the RE Mini on this.
Okay.
If we didn't, we used the Red Gemini, because that's the one that our DP owns. But I need to think again if we went and rented it out. I really strongly think we used the RE Mini. Yeah.
Okay, great. I always got to ask those questions because my homie is a filmmaker, always wants to know.
Love it. No, we were definitely helped out a lot by the local industry for gear.
Awesome. And with that, let's go show some love to GeekFest, because folks, you need to know where you're going to watch this, right? So check it out. This is where you will go. Woo! I love that music. Made me want to go out there and fight, boy.
I know, it's so epic.
Right. And right there, folks, you want to know where you could see Watershed at? Go to geekfestla.com. Of course, not just Watershed. All the amazing filmmakers you've seen on the Comic Crusaders podcast and just everyone that's there, they're all amazing creators. And as you can see, all from all over the world, we got a homie over here from Canada, Vancouver, where Riverdale is, yo. Do you know Archie wrote now?
I could find him probably.
I'm sure. How big is Vancouver? Is it a small town? Would you often run into somebody from the industry?
I personally, I've never run into any big stars, but I know a lot of people in my network have run in here and there, the coffee shop or stuff. So it's not a huge city. It's not a huge city.
Okay, gotcha. So with GeekFest LA, man, how happy were you to be able to get in and share this epic journey with geeks all over the world, man?
I know, that's extremely exciting because, for example, when we started our festival run, Kent was like, he sent me a message. He's like, if there's one place we want to get in, it's this one. So then we waited for a few months and blah, blah, blah. And then we got the email. He's like, what? And then we got in, and it's great because the film gets to travel so much.
It does.
With an audience that wants to see this type of content. So honestly, a festival like this, a traveling festival like this, is incredible.
Definitely. Bill is doing a great job here. Again, like you said, it's much more epic in person because you get to watch it in a room on a screen.
Yeah.
And sometimes the directors are there, so it's like you get to meet them and ask them all these amazing questions about the processes of the films. I mean, because again, you guys are keeping us entertained. Thank you for taking that responsibility upon your shoulders. Like, all right, because again, you're creating content, sure, trying to make a career of yourself, but at the same time, you're blessing us with entertainment, something to keep our minds away from the garbage that the world sometimes is. Although with this one, it just make you more nervous because, oh my god,
exactly.
Yeah, bro, I can't imagine living in a world like that. And again, just the sequence with that happens in the building, in the film and. It's just again the world seems really harsh. I couldn't understand why. It was almost Mad Max. For me, this feels like this is Mad Max before we got to the desert.
Yeah,
they're the early beginnings here because this is what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm glad, man, that you're doing that. So, are you working on any other projects outside of trying to push this bad boy?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're really trying to get this first feature film off the ground. One of the big projects we've had been going on for a while is called Cross Country Baby, which is actually a comedy about a gay couple that travels across Canada to find the perfect surrogate, which is a great time. So we're really pushing for that right now. Kent Donguines got into the CFC Producers Lab here based on that project. And then we have a couple series going. We're working in development with a series called Lost Boy, which is based on a book, which is from here in Vancouver. And then,
okay.
Yeah. And then for me on my side, also, I am French Canadian. So I am working on a French series that is becoming in development with a French channel called Chromosome Y. So life is busy, no complaints.
Excellent, man. Keep busy, but and that concept right there of the comedy film, the gay couple looking for a surrogate, I could imagine a cross-country adventure with the weird people they might have to meet during that journey.
Yes,
I'm already in my mind laughing, like, oh man, they're probably gonna meet some effed up people.
literally.
The process. It sounds like a fun movie, man. That particular project, what are you pushing that for?
Sorry?
For that particular that comedy project, that sounds really interesting and funny. When are you planning for something like that to happen? What's the hopeful timeline of it?
Yeah, we'd love to go to production either by fall this year or spring next year. That would be the best case scenario. It's a fun film because we've also created it to be simple to shoot. Because as you know, as emerging filmmakers, getting financing for your first feature, nobody will give you $10 million to do something. So we really wanted to create something that's creative and simple. So I think it's a great project, and hopefully it'll be on a screen near you at some point in real life.
Excellent. It's coming soon. It's coming soon, kiddo. No worries about that. So, yo, Maxime, let me thank you, first of all, really for taking time today to chit-chat about Watershed, your process, growing up over there in Canada. That's great. You know, again, guys, this guy went from dance to filmmaking. And when you see, think dance and then he make a film like this, oh, shit, wait a minute. My man, you're very talented. Blessed, bro. Great stuff, man.
Thank you.
And so, all right. Again, I'm pretty sure we have a lot of fans here of dance because, I mean, if you love music, you love dance, right? So, can we see your dance stuff over here at your website as well?
Yeah, absolutely. You can see some dance-inspired films in there, and all of my work is on there. There's a bunch of trailers, so if you want to see the full work, feel free to message me, contact me, and I'm happy to share with you.
And there you go. Not just that, if you want to know what's going on, obviously, in the world of Watershed, visit them at Instagram at Watershed Film, or at Facebook, Watershed Film 2019. Subscribe, like, keep up to date on everything Maxime is doing. Is awesome. And of course, make sure to visit GeekFest Yr.com so you know when you can watch this film. Because he does a competition. You gotta have to vote. And this definitely, I know we'll get a lot of great votes because again, it's freaky. The concept bugs me out. I love it. Again, environmental horror, folks. I love it. Anyway, with that, Maxime, thank you again for your time today. You're awesome. Keep up the great work. Is there anything? Oh, actually, yeah. Before we go, one more thing.
Yeah.
Is there anything you will tell emerging, creators?
Yeah.
A piece of advice.
Absolutely. One of the big things that I learned is that no matter what your experience is, when you meet somebody, make sure to mention your role that you want to be. For example, only a year and a half ago, I started telling people I am a writer-director. Even though I don't pay my bills with that, I still write and direct and have written and directed. So if you don't tell people what you are, they'll never hire you for what you want to be. So really introduce yourselves as who you are.
That is so. That is truth. It is true. Again, as you say, you got to speak that truth. You got to speak it in order to make it, become a reality. So
exactly.
Very right, bro. Very, very good advice there, folks. You heard it. That is the truth, man. It is true. I mean, who thought I was going to be doing websites and vidcasts and podcasting, But I started saying, yeah, I'm a podcaster. I'm a blogger.
Exactly. And then people hire you for what you want. Because if you just say, for example, I was saying I'm a filmmaker. Who hires a filmmaker? Yeah. They hire a director for a project. So they need to know
specific. Yeah.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Brother, there you go. So again, bro, thank you for those great words of advice there. Thank you again for your time. Again, folks, I'm Omega. Stay tuned for everything Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. And actually, later on today, I have yet another interview with an awesome director within the GeekFest Yr. All right? So make sure to check us out. That'll be at 5:30 p.m. later today. And we go from there, all right? And check out all the dope videos we posted today. This is what we do, all right? Omega, huepa, para que tú sepa. Hasta la próxima, mi gente.
Thank you. We hope you've enjoyed this Comic Crusaders production. For real-time news on all things pop culture, please feel free to follow us on social media. For articles, original content, merchandise, and more, please go to www.comiccrusaders.com. Also follow along with all of the websites of the Comic Crusaders family. As always, if you like this content, please click like and subscribe to the Comic Crusaders YouTube channel.